Head coach at the climbing hangar Cris spends much of his time using the indoor gym for the purpose of training for his outdoor projects. As someone who spends a lot of their time in the indoor bouldering gym and trains predominantly to improve in that setting, I thought it would make for an interesting session to explore what I might be able to apply to my own indoor bouldering training by following along on a typical session of Chris's. This session was sponsored by Squarespace. Today we are at a new hangar location and I am here with a guest. This is Cris.
Hello.
Cris is the head coach at the hangar in London. He also has a fantastic YouTube channel, which is Road to V11. I'll leave a link here. We thought, given that you would classify yourself as more of an outdoor climber, is that right?
Yeah.
And I generally climb more indoors, that I would follow along on a kind of typical session in Chris's life as he trains for an outdoor focus to see what I can learn from a predominantly outdoor climber.
So basically today we're going to focus mainly on basic strength.
Okay.
So we just warmed up a few minutes ago, so I'm going to take her to the hangboard. We're going to do some sort of finger intensive workout, and then I'm going to take you to do, well, we can adjust every sort of exercise into different levels. So if someone is not keen to do exactly what we're doing, they can make it easier if they need to.
For them. Okay.
And then we're going to take you to the Moonboard, which is going to be quite sick, and we're going to spend there a few climbs where we kind of rinse ourselves. We're going to make sure that we pick limit boulders and that we are resting enough time, and we'll do that until the power goes down. Once that happens, there's no point to train power, you wouldn't have it. Then we'll go into normal blocks and we can do some sort of static climbing to again focus on strength, and we'll finish off with some sort of endurance-based drills on the wall.
Perfect, that sounds great. Already it's sounding much more organised and structured than I'm used to. So I'm quite excited to spend a training session with you and see what tips I can pick up.
We're going to start with density pulls, that's how I call this exercise, and we need a hangboard for that, and if we don't have a hangboard, we don't feel confident about using one, we can just use the bar. But basically what we're going to do is pull on the edge, and then we're going to try to slowly go down for like 10 to 15 seconds, and then when we are at the bottom of the pull-up, we'll try to explode 3 times on a row. We're going to work several things on this exercise, hang time, but also pulling and sort of like power as well. So it's like a combined skilled exercise that we can just easily do. We have a hangboard. So it has to be slower than you think. You go to the bottom, kind of, like not without like doing that, but still engage, and when you're there, you can try to pull 3 times.
How far?
You can go faster, down, slower, yeah. Lower,
I've got the shakes on already.
Lower, and up. Come on. 1 and 2 and 3. Come on, Hannah. Yes, nice one.
Questionable pull-up form, but
that's fine. So what you want to do is to explode
as
at the end of an
can.
effort. So you'll be like rinsing yourself, and then you have to manage to just find the beans and pull up again.
Okay.
Like that, nice. So now you don't want to rest any shorter than 3 minutes,
okay,
before you do it again. So now on the Moonboard, grab your shoes and stuff. Ideally, we warm up on the normal blocks like we've done. We feel ready to go. On the Moonboard, I always start with like easier blocks. I won't go limit straight away.
Yeah.
The reason why we're doing this after that is just because this is a tiny bit less intense, and it is very, very important that we structure the session in a way that makes sense. So we want to start with quite a lot of intensity, so that could be hangboarding like we did, compassing, like even limit blocks straight away if you don't fancy doing neither of those. And then you sort of go down throughout the session. You'll be doing like high intensity first, and then it fades away throughout the session. So once we're feeling like we are kind of powered out, that's when we move on to the next exercise. It will be more like strength focused instead of just power. The important thing is that whenever we are going into the limit boulder territory, you have like a full 3-minute rest.
Okay, that's what I'm particularly bad at remembering, or being disciplined enough to rest. And you can use
any of the yellow on the board, on the bottom.
Oh.
So one up, there you go, nice. Come on. Yeah, nice one, come on. Okay, don't worry, I reckon carry on from there. Just assume you've done that move, then carry on. So left foot really, and I reckon left foot really high to the start. Yeah. Ali. Bang. Yeah, come on, nice one. Can soft feed maybe. Left foot up. Onto that one, yeah. Yes, come on, Hannah. Yes. Yeah.
This one.
Black one.
This one.
Ali, finger. Yes. Come on. Nice one. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Now, good effort. This is when you go to your phone and set the timer up, and
Rather
you don't
than
touch the
jump
wall.
straight back on.
You don't touch the wall until it says 3 minutes. Do you use the board at all normally?
No, so very occasionally we use the kilter board,
Uh-huh.
but generally board climbing isn't that much of a feature of my climbing. I guess being kind of using indoor walls as training predominantly for outdoors, do you find that board climbing is something that you use a lot?
I think, yeah, like especially for outdoors, I think it's just more basic. It's just about that contact strength that you need for the outdoors many times. Not that there isn't like techie top out that you can't really train for indoors sort of thing. But I find that the Moonboard is one of the boards that translates best to other climbing.
Really?
Yeah. It's because all of the like latches that you have to do, dead points sometimes, that you can also get the normal sets, but like this is all in one place.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It does feel different to like the commercial sets. It feels, maybe this is a bit of a useless insight, but it feels, would the right word be like, it's all in kind of like more straight.
Yeah, like
it's less three-dimensional.
It's more like square on sometimes, more basic. Although you do flagging, you do like foot swaps and stuff, but sometimes you just have to pull.
Yeah.
And then sometimes in like commercial blocks, you can just find like techie bits around or break the blocks.
Can't break the Moonboard.
Well, you can sometimes, but like
with difficulty.
Yeah. Finger. Yes, nice one. Right foot up one. Yeah. It's good.
So that white one?
Yeah. Left foot up. You can match it.
Oops.
When you go outdoors, you try the same blocks over and over again until you sort of get to know the moves, and they might be projects, but you are familiar with the moves. Whereas if you climb here, you know the change sets, the sets change all the time, and you might be like, you have that fresh feeling of not knowing what you're doing, and on the board you might,
Yeah, sure.
you might become friends with the holes in a way.
Sure, like the holds on your project don't often get reset, hopefully.
Come on. Yes, nice. Effort, well done. Well, that's what you want, really.
The desired effect, I think. Even when you don't top the boulder, it's like you can tell that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it feels like limit boulder, that's fine. Like, and I'd say like if you do like at the end of the board session like 10 climbs and you get up 2, I think that's fine. As long as they are limits.
Yeah.
You should get up like, you know, the easy warm-ups that you would normally do on the board. But when you get with it into the session, I'll be quite happy. Out of 10, I'll do 1 or 2. Yeah. Because usually they're like quite wacky.
Cool. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I get it. Nice.
Off my feet.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, so strong. Come on. Yes.
Oh dear. Nice. I thought I was going to drop that. Totally forgot this was a thing.
That was really good.
Thank you. Okay, that one is definitely a step up. I reckon stick to the handholds and use any foothold.
Before we carry on with the challenge, I wanted to have a word from the sponsor of today's video, which is once again Squarespace. If you're familiar with Hannah Morris Bouldering, the channel, you'll know that last year we released a series of t-shirts and some stickers over on hannahmorrisbouldering.com. Practically everything to do with that store is run through Squarespace. So not only did we design the storefront with Squarespace, but all of the commerce runs through Squarespace's commerce option. As you can see here, this is our storefront. We're selling our t-shirts and our stickers, and it was really easy to create the listings. It's also really easy on Squarespace to keep track of things like inventory, and there's also things that you can set up to make your life just that little bit easier, like stock alert. So if we run out of stock, we will be notified by Squarespace so that we don't oversell t-shirts and have disappointing customers. For us, Squarespace has really been an integral part of building our brand and building our visual identity online. If you would like to check out Squarespace for yourself, head to squarespace.com/Hannah Morris, and then when you're ready to launch your own website or domain, use the unique code Hannah Morris for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, nice one. Strong, come on. Ali, finger. Yes. Ooh. Okay, carry on from there. Yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Can't shoot.
Can you go again with the left? Or even matching? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, Hannah, come on, come on, come on. Strong, nice. Excellent, well done. That is not easy.
That was definitely limit.
Yeah, good. All right. Come on, Hannah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh. I think if I was to use any footholds, what I'll try to do is to draw sort of like a triangle thing. So if the tip of the triangle is this and you're trying to move off it, you want to be having right foot there and left foot there. Okay. So that you are as stable as you can be.
Sure.
So that you can move in a bit more control, if that makes sense. So that'll be too low for me, but maybe you can find, I don't know, maybe this one and that one, so that you have quite a lot of weight on your feet, or as much weight as you can. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, go for it. No?
It just feels a little too, like I'm pulling so much through here.
Yeah. Oh, is that a finger?
Yeah.
Call it. Yeah. This is when you don't push it, yeah?
Yeah.
A part of the training really is like to push yourself, but also to listen to your body. If you feel like, no, I'm gonna get injured, or I've done this one time too many, and
it's a skill to know when to stop.
Because sometimes, especially when you're getting close to stuff, it's like, oh, I'll just do once more, but then you might be rinsed from the previous try, so you might be like at the end of your session. So that's when you have to like be a bit more sensible and call it.
Very wise. Now we're feeling a little more powered out after the Moonboard. What is it that you would like generally move on to? Is this where you start kind of like? So
normally, when I'm like rinsed, or not rinsed, actually, not rinsed, when I feel powered out, or when I feel like that peak power is out of the equation, sort of, now is when I can work on strength. So I'll go to sometimes even the Moonboard and really, really easy blocks, but typically on the normal set, what I'll do is to pick blocks around flash level, but usually lower, where I feel I can do them statically, just to again work on that strength element. And the way I'll do this is like I'll pick like up to 10 blocks or so, and I'll try to do them not necessarily slow, but I'll try to do them without using sort of dynamic movement or without going for things. I just try to do every move as statically as possible, if that makes sense.
Speaking my language.
I'll set up the timer again. I think that is genuinely one of the best takeaways from my sort of training, is always timing it, because you can always get like too excited about the exercises and stuff. So, oh, I just got it, let's try again, you just rest up.
I think what's really good about this drill as well is it really forces you to think about hips and like how you lock into positions to keep yourself stable, rather than just like hooping things.
Ultimately, in the sake of efficient climbing, you want to do that, but it's also good to use strain and see, like, sort of break down the techniques and say, oh, I want to lock off this because I have hypothetically all the way around. This is how my hips are going, this is how I'm moving. That makes sense. Nice. All right, come on, come on, come on. Nice one, perfect. I think that's the cracks. Perfect. Come on, Hannah, nice one. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Ali.
Ooh.
Ali. Yeah.
Can you do this?
There you go. Come on, come on, come on. You can match hands if you need to. Come on, Hannah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice one. Strong.
Took a while, but
yeah. Perfect. Sick. Well done. I think sometimes if you have moves that it's like, okay, definitely can't do this statically, you can go for that one dead point, that's fine. Or this blue would be amazing if I could use that different foothold.
Yeah.
Please go for that and use it, because one move that you do dynamically is gonna not change much.
I think with this, like, if I were to be approaching that climb with the aim in mind to climb it in the most efficient and effective way possible, to do that lock off and like that wouldn't be it. But because I'm climbing this climb with the goal in mind to build strength, that would be the best way
the best way to do it in
Yeah.
this style, yes, for sure.
Yeah, nice. That was impressive. I tried this one before.
Well, on these
getting
one,
from here to here, statically, it's like...
I'm using my height there a tiny bit, I think.
It's strong though.
I'm knocking off there, but like,
Yeah.
A bit more for that one, I think. Nice one. Okay. Nice one, Hannah. Yeah. Nice one. Okay, swap feet. There you go. Come on, Hannah. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Maybe match hands. Yeah. Come on. This is the move. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, go for it, go for it, go for it. Come on, Hannah. Yes, nice one.
It was a little
that's fine, don't worry. And then, oh, okay, go on. Come on, Hannah. Yes, nice one, good effort. That was not easy.
This is mean. This one.
Mega lock-offs and open hips all the time. That's really good. You climb it like square on there. That was quite impressive. That was the end of static climbing. Now we're going to move on to 4x rest, which is like a boulderized version of 4x4s. The way it works is that we'll work with flash level problems or even a bit lower if you're getting really, really tired and you want to select a block and then you sort of have to know roughly how long it takes you to climb it, and then you're going to be resting for the same amount of time that you spend on the wall. Then we're going to rest 4 minutes and we can do that 3 or 4 times for 3 or 4 sets.
How would you decide whether or not it was 3 or 4? Would it be how tired you were feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, because I went climbing over the weekend, now I feel like not fresh.
Sure.
But sometimes, as I go throughout the sets, I'll feel like, oh, I'm feeling fresh, I'm feeling not fresh. But typically, I shouldn't be falling, or you shouldn't be falling on the first or second set.
Right.
Just if you do, because your foot pops, that's kind of okay. But if you fall because you're like powered out, then that's too hard. You should be falling, you should be definitely falling on the third set or fourth set.
Okay.
depending how I feel, I'll rest anywhere from like 3 to 4 minutes. And then I'll try to do another set of 4, rest again, and another set of 4. But the more variation, the better. Now I've chosen climbs that I already knew, so I don't have to think of the beta. I just can focus on the physicality of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a double-edged sword sometimes. You have to like try hard, and sometimes when you are on a rope, you have to like on the fly, you have to work out what you have to do. And in this case, you're not really doing that, but you're like getting more and more powered up, to that make sense.
Yeah.
Go?
I think so.
Okay. So
this
you're
is
going
a cool
in
boulder. I like this.
3, 2, 1, and off you go.
Oh no!
Come on, come on. Left foot, left foot. Important thing of doing 4 by rest instead of in opposition to 4 by 4s is that this is more relatable to bouldering. When you're doing, if you were to do 4 problems back to back, that's great, but that's a different sort of type of endurance that you can't relate as much in bouldering with that, because you'll do like tops 15 moves, 20 moves, you have a long rest.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it in this format. You try hard, rest for a bit, then you try hard again, and that allows you to try harder problems to the ones you would do in a normal 4x4. Nice one.
Okay. That was
longer than
panic
you thought.
mode.
That's fine. Okay, you rest for 25 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you go on that purple there. Come on. Ali. Yes, come on up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. There you go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. That's fine, that's fine. Rest up 25 seconds and
Blue.
you can go on the blue. But that will be too hard for this because it's the first set, you should be finishing it, if that makes sense. So that was my my bad. Yeah, you would have to choose. Okay. Perhaps the blue would have been the best to do. Use all the dynamic movement you want. Come on, nice one. Come on, come on, come on. Breathe. Come on. Nice, honey. Come on. Have 5. Come on. Perfect timing. Okay, you have the down climb grace. Nice one. Have 1 more, and then you're done for the first set. How are you feeling?
Feeling.
Sweaty.
Feeling it.
Nice. Okay, you're going back in 5. And you can go. Come on, Hannah. Come on. Come on. Yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Completely different ways.
But you took less time, and that's a funny thing. I think that sometimes, well, good effort first of all, well done. And sometimes this exercise is quite good just because whenever you don't have the power, then you have to actually rely on technique.
Yeah.
And then that's when you improve, because first you get to know the blocks better when you are under fatigue. So you have to take quick decisions and you have to learn the best movement to do it. And it is quite good to do it just at the end of this session because you don't have as much strength or as much power as you would have done at first.
Yeah.
You have to actually climb, which is what we haven't done until just now.
Yeah, I think with that as well, like, even though it's not necessarily like a speed challenge, well, that's not the
It feels like
aim.
it because of the timer, but
it
yeah,
does,
it's not.
but it kind of forces me out of my own head. Like I think in my climbing a lot, I'm like, do I do this? I'll try this, maybe I'll try that, maybe I'll try this. And then that, I'm like, I've not really got time to think about it because I want my full rest. So I'm more decisive.
Nice. Well, that's good. Again, the more you put yourself into this mindset of, oh, I have to go for a move when I'm not feeling confident, and you suddenly sort of see yourself in that situation. Like once you might bail sometimes, you do it twice, you do it 3 times, you get into this mindset of trying hard but being powered out. And that's such a good knowledge. That's such good trying hard attitude that you learn.
So that is the end of my session with Cris. It was so much fun following along on the kind of session that you would do to like train for outdoor boulders. It's definitely very different to the way I normally structure my own sessions, and definitely there's a lot that I can take away to apply to my own sessions, which I think will really help me improve my climbing. So thank you for your time.
Yeah, no worries, you're welcome.
I will leave all of Chris's information and Hanga's information here on screen and in the description. So make sure you go and check Cris out, follow his YouTube channel, it should be here, and we will see you in our next video. Bye!
Bye!